force UCLA to go the entire length of the field with probably less than a minute and a half to play.
With Swinton in motion, they've got 4 wideouts, and Rosenbaugh takes off. And I think there they were conceding. Rather than take any kind of risk, they will punt the ball away. And there's another Cougar getting up, hobbling off the field. Number 68. That's Chris Dyko, the offensive right tackle.
UCLA leads the conference in punt returns, and Washington State is the worst team in covering punts.
Darrell Hindley.
Could it be?
Yeah, they got 10 Bruins up. And Hindley ever so dangerous. Back deep. 1 minute. They're letting the clock run. They'll take the 5-yard penalty. Myers, the Washington State punter today. 32, 30, 33. He had one big one. His third punt of the day was a 55-yarder.
Good ball. Delay the game against the offense. Still 4th down.
So now Darrell Hindley moves up across the 30. He accepts the punt.
Decision here, do you try and block it?
Well, the Bruins change their mind.
Return
it. Peel a couple of guys back to help. And the kick, not very long. Hindley's going to take a shot at it. Has a hole. One man. And they get him. He had one guy to get, and he couldn't get past him. Chris Moton finally pulls him down, and UCLA with 44 seconds owns the football at the Washington State 44.
Look to your left for blue shirts to try and form a wall. A lot of blue jerseys there. Right there, a nice block.
Right there was the man that forced him to turn back inside, and that was the difference. 31-yard return. All right, 44 seconds. UCLA has 1 timeout remaining. Troy Aikman steps up. They have no timeouts remaining. The scoreboard shows it, but that's wrong. Aikman down the middle. Arbuckle! The 10, the 6-yard line. The clock stops with 36 seconds to play in the ball game. Charles Arbuckle. A 33-yard gain. Aikman throws it in the ground to kill the clock at 32 seconds. So they obviously don't have a timeout remaining. Dave Burnson right again.
This is the play previous. Arbuckle just going across your screen. Aikman does a nice job of looking to his right, keeping the safety out of the middle of the field. 29 is Todd, a corner, gets back in time to help pull Arbuckle to the ground. You want dramatics? How much better can you get? The Heisman Trophy leading candidate bringing his team down.
Trying to stay undefeated. Notre Dame won their game today, 22-7 at Navy. They didn't exactly blow the middies away. UCLA right now fighting for its life.
Well, we've had 64 points scored, and we have 2 outstanding quarterbacks. That's not been a surprise to me.
Aikman sets him up. Officials stop it for a moment. Clock should not have started.
There are 32 seconds remaining in the game.
32
Clock will be adjusted. 32 seconds.
You think they were playing in Eugene or in Pullman rather than Pasadena.
Why in the world would they run the clock? The home team has the ball, guys.
Yeah, we're the home team. Give us a break.
That's right.
A new clock operator next week.
They're entitled to 32 seconds.
Well, what's key here is
Boyce again, right?
Yeah, no question. He knew exactly what was going on. He is aware of everything. The thing he knows now, I've got 3 plays to get it in. First of all, I can't turn it over. Secondly, I don't have to throw it into the end zone here. I can throw it short if I have to.
From the 6, 2nd down and goal. Incomplete. The pass intended for Arbuckle, and Artie Holmes, who had the big interception for Washington State, was right there to slap it loose.
Now this changes a little bit. You're on 3rd down, and you almost have to throw it into the end zone, because if you throw it short and don't get out of bounds, the clock will continue to run. It'll be a hurry-up situation on 4th down, so you better throw it into the end zone on these 2 plays.
They got 30 seconds and 2 more plays. Field goal is useless. It's 34-30. Washington State leads.
Ought to get him outside the pocket. Roll him out to the right.
Pressure, gets it off into the end zone, incomplete, intended for Maury Toy out of the backfield, the fullback Ron Lee, but Aikman was just splattered after he released the ball.
He never sees the man coming from his right side, and he just does get rid of the football.
Bob O'Neill, 41. Here it is, 4th down and goal at the Washington State 6. 4th down.
Nope.
Incomplete in the end zone. Incomplete, intended for David Keating, and Vernon Todd slapped it away and almost intercepted it. And Washington State takes over at their own 6 with 20 seconds to play in the ball game and leading 34-30.
Take another look. They were trying to get a pick. The 2 outside guys come in. The inside guy goes out. 29 is Todd. Does a nice job of finding his way through the traffic. Read the play the entire way and gets out there and breaks it up. Had no chance. He wasn't even close to being open.
And so now all the Cougars have to do is snap it 1 time. And this game will go down as one of the most stunning upsets of this football season. UCLA cannot stop the clock. Washington State has not won against the Bruins in Southern California since 1958. But today, they have. Washington State defeats #1 UCLA 34-30. The most valuable players in the ball game today. For UCLA, Troy Aikman, 27 of 44, 325 yards. Kim Stallworth, 7 catches for 170 yards, 2 touchdowns, 6 first downs, and one of those touchdowns, 81 yards, a play that Stallworth really truly made himself. For Dennis Erickson, one of the biggest wins of his young coaching life, and he is now with Mike Adamle.
Keith, I don't think it's one of the biggest wins. I think it is the biggest win of your coaching career. Has to be, Coach.
Well, no question about it. It's amazing. We came out in that second half, and they scored first, and then our guy just came back. And after that loss last week to Arizona State, I just can't say enough about that football team. It's unbelievable.
You're down 20-6 at halftime. What do you tell your kids? And it was obvious that the defense was on the field far too long.
Well, they hit us with some double eagle blitzes that we weren't quite ready for, and so we made some adjustments and got some big plays off of it. And our defense came out and got the ball back, and we played offensively like we were capable of, and it's the biggest win I've ever been involved in my life.
You were saying when you were a little kid, you were watching game films at the age of 7 instead of cartoons. I guess, Pinky, your dad has a lot to do with that.
You bet.
Well, it was fast break football on turf today.
Today belongs to the Washington State Cougars. Dennis, congratulations. Enjoy it.
Keith?
The old bell will ring in Bryan Hall all night long, I would think. 51,970 watched it. And this was the final gasp for victory for UCLA. And it really never had a chance of succeeding. And so you have watched one of the big upsets of this season. Final score, Washington State Cougars 34, UCLA Bruins 30.